Hello, welcome to the video and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time tuning in, I'm Jared and I DoorDash part-time. It is Monday, April 26th or 27th, I believe. I've been DoorDashing for almost a year now and I'm over 1,000 deliveries, 1,067 to be exact. I just wanted to do a quick little video on 5 things or 5 tips that I've learned in my first year and my first 1,000 deliveries. Most of these I've learned way before 1,000 deliveries, but anyways, these are my 5 helpful tips from me to you if you're just starting out DoorDash. Tip number 1, don't accept every order. As you've seen from this screenshot, my acceptance rating is only 59%. Acceptance rating doesn't matter at all. I know some dashers that are under 10% acceptance rating. Yes, some are top dashers above 70%, but only accept orders you're willing to take for the payout they show. If I get an order for $3 or $4, more than likely I'm not going to take it. For my zone, it means without peak pay, DoorDash is paying me $3 base pay. That means I'm only getting a $1 tip. I have taken $3 and $4 orders. Typically, for my zone, it'll be for McDonald's and it'll be less than a mile away. But you don't need to accept every order. Just look at every single order when it comes across your screen, and if you're happy with the payout that's shown compared to the miles you're gonna have to drive, and you're happy with going to those restaurants, accept the order. If you're not, just don't accept it. You don't have to get mad at DoorDash for sending you crappy orders. Just decline and move on with your day. All right, tip number 2. Don't be afraid to unassign. There's a couple instances that I usually unassign, which doesn't happen very often. One of the more common ones is you get to a restaurant and it is insanely busy. Either the drive-through is insanely busy, like in my zone, Arby's, you can only go through the drive-through. Sometimes I'll accept an order, and when I get there, there's like, I don't know, 15, 20 cars long at the drive-thru, and that's the only way you can get the order. I will automatically unassign that order because I know I'm gonna have to wait probably 20 minutes to get the food. And again, if you go to a restaurant and it's super busy and you wait for 5 minutes and you can just tell that it's gonna be a while before the order comes up, probably a good idea to unassign, just move on and get another order. The second scenario I found myself unassigning from lately is when I get a stacked order. The orders come in together at the same time. You accept it knowing it's 2 orders and they just show you the total payout. But then when you get into the orders separately, you can see how much each order is going to pay you. I've had $12 orders come through as a stacked order, so 2 orders, $12 total. I go to pick up the first one from one restaurant and it's showing that they're only going to pay me $2.50 for this order. Well, that means there's no tip on it, and the base pay for a stacked order in my zone is $2.50 per order. So that's an automatically I'll unassign that order and then just concentrate on the next one. So if you do get a stacked order together at the same time, you can separate those orders and unassign just one of them if you want. So sometimes that can be super helpful. You get a stacked order come through, the payout's decent or even good, and then when you get into it, one of the orders might not be that good. You can always just unassign that one order. All right, I'm gonna throw a bonus tip at you. The bonus tip, hit the like button and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. That probably won't make your DoorDash day any more different, but it'll help me. So thank you. All right, tip number 3, track your mileage for tax purposes. I use the Stride app for my mileage. Before I start my first delivery, I open the app and hit the button that says track my miles. And at the end of the day when I'm done, I just end it, and then it tells me how many miles I drove that day. It's always nice getting an order coming through. I'm actually gonna decline that one. It's always a good idea to track that down on paper as well. What I'll do once a week is I have a clipboard with paper on there, and I'll just go in and break down every day from the Stride app how many miles I drove and the date, and then I have that for my records for tax purposes. You don't have to write it down on paper if you want, but personally for me it's just a backup in case something happens to the app, and then come to tax time, if the app crashes or is down or somehow loses my information, I still have that backup copy on the paper. So it can be very helpful. I don't know off the top of my head what the current mileage rate is, but I want to say it's right around 57 cents per mile tax break that you drive. So for me, roughly about half of my income after the mileage isn't even taxable, which is a amazing help when it comes time to paying your taxes. So even if you don't use the Stride app, find an app or just use your odometer and write it down every day at the end of your shift what your mileage is. But that is super important and helpful. Track your mileage so when you pay your taxes you get that tax break or tax credit. Tip number 4, communicate with the customers. I can't stress this one enough. Communication is huge. All you got to do is send them a text or give them a call. I personally prefer to send them a text. I use speech to text on my phone, so I don't have to sit there and hold my phone while I'm driving, because that's illegal in Minnesota. You can always pull over and do that if you want, but let the customer know what's going on. When I get to a restaurant and if the food's not ready right away, I always text the customer and let them know, hey, I'm here, just waiting for your food. It might be a little bit, but I will text you when I'm on my way. And then when I get the food and I'm on my way, I text them to let them know I'm on my way and roughly how long it'll take me. Usually I'll open the app program first and get the app going, and it'll give me an estimated time, like 5 minutes, 8 minutes, and I'll just let the customer know that I'll be there in that allotted amount of time. If there's issues with the order, text the customer, give them a call. A lot of times with the Walgreens orders, if something's not in stock, it says right on the app to contact the customer to see if there's a substitution they would like. I've had to do that on a bunch of the orders. It's not that hard, it's not that big of a deal, but just make sure you're doing that and communicating with the customers. Communication can go a long way. I've received extra cash tips because I've done a good job communicating with the customer, and they've appreciated that. So communicate with your customers, make that a high priority. All right, the 5th and final tip, be happy and have fun. Personally, this is just a part-time side gig for me. I enjoy doing it. It doesn't seem like work to me. I try to have a positive attitude, and it just makes the day go better. I think just being happy, being in a good mood, it's going to reflect that onto your customers, and in the long run, you're probably going to receive better tips. Maybe you'll receive that cash tip as well. Don't stress about this job. So yeah, just be in a good mood. Have fun what you're doing, enjoy it. And really, if you're not enjoying what you're doing and having fun, why are you even doing it? Just something to think about. I enjoy DoorDash. Like I said, to me, it's fun. It doesn't really seem like work when I'm busy. Just driving around, giving people food, and hopefully putting them in a better day. If I can just smile and share that with them. So to wrap it all up, real quick recap the 5 tips. Number 1, don't accept every order. Number 2, don't be afraid to unassign certain orders. Number 3, track your mileage for taxes. Number 4, communicate with customers. And finally, number 5, be happy, have fun, and enjoy yourself. If you watch this video, I appreciate you watching the video. If you could do me a huge favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to try to get out some more videos. I've had a few weeks off of not making videos, so I'm going to try to put some more out. I enjoy making these videos while I'm out door dashing. So have a great day. If you're a dasher, hopefully you're making some good money and having fun doing it. See you guys later.